It eases it up, my eyes up sometimes, you know. I put it on for the television. And I
The
thought,
movie stars, they don't live as long as you do.
That's right.
Well,
You still look like them and they're already gone.
well, I can't tell you why. I've been left with all the things that I've gone through in my life. Here I am telling the story. Let's see if these, I don't need these on only to read. I was going to look to see. Oh yeah, you see, I can see that quite plain with these.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you could read it without them.
Yeah, well, I did pretty nearly, didn't I?
Well, you read,
Yeah.
read the letters.
Well, you know, them eyes has got better since I've been there, you know, at that place. I don't know. Sometimes they take a notion and
The way you're feeling.
cloud, the cloud. You know,
Probably
like
the
as if
way
there
you're
was
feeling.
a wave. Eh?
It's the way you're feeling. You haven't,
I think so too.
you haven't
know.
ate right, or you haven't slept right, or something.
No, that's right. I'm sleeping now pretty good, of course. I find neurocitrine puts me to sleep quicker than anything. And I had this here throat a while ago there, you see, you know, I took that.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't half an hour laying on the couch that I had to get up and cough and spit. And here it come out, the phlegm, just plain clear phlegm. Yeah, not any heavy stuff at all. That was what was hanging on and annoying me.
Well, that's a little sign that's what the Grahams made us.
Huh?
Grahams, Kelly's husband, Kelly's in-laws,
Oh,
they made that.
oh, did they? Oh, yeah. And whereabouts I see
You want to
them
get
now? Way
Kelly's
up
letter and
British
read that
Columbia
to
or
us,
someplace?
please? Linda?
The British Columbia,
Hmm?
is it out of British Columbia? Way up in Edmonton.
No, yeah, they're up by it.
Yeah. Said that up in Saskatchewan right now they're having a time. They're not, I don't think, going to have any NDT up there. I don't know what they said all now, I can't remember, but I was surprised, all right, about it, because they like the CCF-er upstairs.
Well, isn't that, that's not the NDP, that's
Yeah, this is the same thing.
what was one thing.
Yeah, it was, yeah. There was a lot of people against it, too. Oh, I'll never forget when Agnes Macphail was there. She just said one wrong thing, and all the men that stood out on that sidewalk, when your father, Walter and I went out, were laughing like everything. And she never got this. She never got anywhere with that. The country really either, you know. She didn't. And I see that Peter and Beatty, you see, was another man of hers. And I think that other guy, Bob,
No, Perrin Beatty never was.
Huh?
Perrin Beatty never was.
Well, not he's now. He does be on now, but there's one.
He's still blue. He's still Tory.
He's still a Tory. Oh, well, that's what I say. They didn't have anything for the CCFers either. Oh, they all laughed at her. She shouldn't have said that at all, you know. And we walked out. I remember that night as well.
No, it wouldn't be Perrin Beatty. It'd be, who would it be back then? It'd be,
and well, he's not. I don't. He's all right.
it's Agnes Macphail. It'd be.
Yeah. Well, Agnes.
Be Diefenbaker's time, wouldn't it?
Agnes Macphail, wasn't it? I don't know. But he is doing something in the government too.
Walter Harris.
I think he does something with. Well, now they. Oh, I can't say. There's something about some part of the money anyway. What is it?
No, he's natural resources, isn't he?
What is that? wasn't a bit surprised that she wouldn't do anything. She hadn't the right thing to do. She hadn't the right voice. But Agnes Macphail thought she had, and she didn't stay very long either. I think that only thing she done, I believe they tell me that she got the pensions for the old people. It was the only thing was to her name at that time.
Well, at least she got something to her name.
Yeah.
They all have to have something.
So, that was one. Well, this Peter and Beatty too, I think he writes up kind of a pension for people.
Oh.
I think he looks into that. I don't know him at all. I don't know if I've ever seen him on television.
Where's that letter on?
Dana and Bruce a little break. The Grahams are having a reunion the second weekend in August, so we are planning to attend that. It's in Portage la Prairie. Carol's dad passed away in April. Carol went to the funeral, but it was just impossible for us to go as Brent had just started his new job. Anyway, that's why we like to go to Manitoba in August. The boys even changed their month to July so they could go too. Kids have been busy playing ball the last few months. Chad had been playing in a league and plays pretty good. Erica and Chris have been in a little league, Thursdays after school. Erica is playing t-ball and Chris softball. I've been helping Chris's group. They just divided into teams and play against each other. The first day I umpired those kids, what a rude awakening. I went in there with great expectations of teaching them everything I knew about ball. The kids were so varying in talent that I had to change the rules a little. Anyway, I'm doing much better now. We get along pretty good. I just have to have rules and stick to them.
Get open it for you. I will jump up and get open it for you.
I haven't really watched Erica play t-ball, but she seems to enjoy it. I think it's more that she can play with her friends than play ball. She really enjoys school, and I think she's going to miss it once school's out for the summer. She likes everyone, and everyone likes her.
Yeah.
She had her party and invited all the girls in her class. All came but one. The boys got out of school early and were a big help keeping the girls busy. I'm sending you a few pictures of the crocuses that weren't out when you and Dad were here. I can't believe it's been 3 months already. They have wild crocuses on a hill just out away, or just a piece from the house.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're really pretty purple.
Mm-hmm.
I planted a garden this year. What a flub. Nothing grew. I have a few beans, onions, and beets, but nothing else came up. I don't know exactly what happened. Brent planted the cucumbers and watermelons and they grew, so he's gloating. I planted some sweet peas around the porch at the front and they have come up. So I guess I'm not a complete flop at gardening. I've been making shorts for everyone and that's been keeping me busy. Carol bought Erica a pattern with shorts, skirt, and pants and some, from material for her birthday, but told me I had to sew them for her. My little girl is a real lady. She just loves skirts and dresses and can't wait until she's old enough for high heels. Well, the boys have just come in from school. Erica spent the night at Grandma Graham's. So please write and let me know what's happening there. Love you all, Kelly. Kiss, hug, kiss, hug, kiss, hug.
It's always nice to get their letters, isn't it?
Sure is.
I used to love to.
This is Jeff and Linda's. Dear Linda, Jeff, and kids, I'm sorry if I don't write to you personally, but I hope that Mom tells you what I say. How are you guys doing? Brian is almost done school for another year. Is he playing ball this year? How's Becky? Growing like a weed, I expect. I sure miss watching my nieces and nephews grow up. That's why I asked Dana if Tristan and Rochelle could come and spend some time with me in the summer. Now that I'm not working, I can take advantage of the summer holidays. So what are you guys doing to keep busy? It's so hard to keep track of everyone so far away. You've probably heard the news about Connie's engagement. Connie Brown, did you know she's going to be getting married next year?
Oh,
I'm so happy for her. I wish I could be there to help her with the arrangements and everything. Mike seems like a really nice guy.
who's she marrying? Anybody you know?
He's from Brampton or Guelph or someplace. I think he works in Guelph for a newspaper.
That isn't the girl that's getting married.
That's the one that works in the
Store.
bargain center, yeah. I took a break and now it's the next day. I just finished making Erica a skirt and top. Carol bought the material and pattern and I made it. I started about 12:30 and finished about 4:30. Anyway, I think it turned out pretty nice. It's pink material with different colored hearts on it. Top is like a shift top and has 3 bows at the back. The skirt is a straight skirt with a slit up the back and a little bow. I also made a bow to match for her hair. I enjoy sewing if there's not a lot of little piddly things to sew. Last night I sure could have used Mom's help. I went to Carol's and she had some wallpapering to do. Not a whole lot, but you needed 2 people, and Chad was so easily distracted I had to look for him every time I needed him. I told Carol it wasn't a professional job, and she told me as she was cutting Chad's hair that what she was doing wasn't professional either, so we were even. Mom was telling me that you guys had to get a different car. How's this one running? What kind is it? Is Jeff still collecting hockey cards? The boys have just started this year. They get a kick out of looking up each card and seeing if it's worth anything. The most expensive one they have is Eric Lindros rookie card, and he's worth $10, and if he starts out good in the NHL, it could be worth more. They also have a couple of Gretzky cards worth $5. I remember the piles of cards Jeff used to have and just wondered if he was keeping up with them. Well, supper time is here. Brent will be home soon. I just wanted to say hi and that I think about you lots. Give the kids a hug from us. Love, Kelly and family.
Nice to get the letters at them.
Let's get this straight. The name is Pa.
Okay, but I'm giving you 15 more seconds to get this thing off the tracks. If it's not off by then, we're going to shove you off. Get in your cab, Jerry.
In high school, when the change was made, there were 6 or 8 of them, and they were, I think, 3 nations, if you recall, one from where they came from, or the make of them, you know what I mean? They were either Russian, maybe it was
Duke Boar?
no, we didn't have the people from Norway.
Hutterite.
Hmm?
Hutterite?
No, there were some United States mostly, but then there was some from the neighboring place that their parents came from, but in Europe, I think.
Yeah.
And I remember that time they had the thing at the school. He was there too. I think it was the year that what was my first baby's name?
Richard.
Hmm?
Richard?
He just was a baby, just a baby. Yes, in your arms when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. Well, there's a lot of changes now. I was listening to Saskatchewan the other night, and they don't like any of the government men they have now here, anyway, have put in. I forget all the story, if I could only remember or listen to it anyway. So Saskatchewan will have to make a different thing, I guess. I was thinking about the time, when we had the thrashers. She was talking about, she wondered if they had enough water. Is your well not good water? Good
Oh,
water?
yeah, that's good.
That was one thing as a drawback there, you see. And I was thinking in my own mind, we had 2 wells in that place, one in the pasture and one in the barnyard.
And were they good wells?
They were no good for human beings.
Oh. So where'd you get their water?
Alcohol. Well, it was in a little bunch of poplar trees just about, not very far from the house back.
And there was good water.
That was good water, the poplar.
And the rest of it was alkali.
All he had one, they made one right in the barnyard, down. Barnyard's there, and it was down this way. And I remember the day the man come, he had it all set up across, the drill. And he says, you stand on the platform. He's going to have me stand and see if it's going to be all right for him, I guess. He said, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
And we got water there, all kinds of it, but it was alcohol. You see, the cattle and horses and that could drink it.
Oh.
Not, you couldn't do anything for like wash or eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other was quite a difference. A lot of like our water. The other one in the poplar place, where the poplars.
I wonder why that was.
I don't know. It's a funny thing, and that was just right out in the, in the pasture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was where, and what was the name of that place?
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
I don't hear.
How far from Dunkirk? Not right in Dunkirk.
Oh, well, Dunkirk was there.
Yeah, you're north of Dunkirk, or?
Well, it was right in Dunkirk was the post office. So
Yeah, but how far were you from Dunkirk?
He was a Canadian that had that post office. I think he was a Canadian. He might have been Scots, I ain't sure. But the next one we had was a United States man that took over the post office.
Oh, yeah.
Dunkirk, and the last one I was there, yeah. And now, of course, there's nothing there. It's all in that line. It's all just...
Nothing there?
No, no post office, no nothing.
Oh.
It's not even Dunkirk. You see, it's right off the main line now to the United States. They have that road built right down that was from a section from our place. You see, it was a highway to the United States.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything too much about that part where we lived. I've heard some things about some of the things, but not that it's anything like that at all.
So was there a rail line in there when you were there?
One right from Moose Jaw. And that went right into it went into the States.
Oh, yeah.
That one went into the States. And when they bought that bishopric man came and bought that lake, you see, he put a line then into the water, in the pond where they were taking the salt.
Yeah, they were taking salt out, were they?
Yeah, they put the line in on that line that went down to Moss Bank and all those places south. It wasn't the line that really went into the States. The other line, we were only 100 miles, from the States.
Yeah.
Where we were, and that was only about 140 miles maybe from Moose Jaw.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't hear anything about that at all.
Okay, you had Richard was born, and where were you then?
Well,
Were you living on the farm then, or?
Richard was born up at the grandmother's place, Arthur's place. You see, we went home.
The grandfather, Arthur?
No, the brother.
Oh.
Brother and
Who was the grandfather?
Well, he was dead.
Yeah, what was his name?
She was married to a Fitch.
George?
What
was the grandfather's name?
I don't know about the grandfather's name. He died down here at Bethany, I guess, or someplace.
Oh.
Oh, he was an Englishman.
Yeah.
And he was his name was Richard, I think.
Was it George?
No, I don't think it was George. Charlie has a picture of him over at his place.
Yeah.
He was an Englishman, and he was out in there was two brothers of hers over at Bethany.
Yeah.
And they were out in the bush, and he was with them, and they sawed down this tree, and I guess they didn't tell him to get out of the road if that was the tree that killed him.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that right? And that was,
and she was
not Charlie's father. Or not Charlie's grandfather.
That would be Charlie's grandfather.
Oh, was it?
Well, Charlie is Grandma Fitz.
It'd be Arthur's father then.
It was Arthur's father. Yeah, Arthur's and Walter's father.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, it was Arthur and Walter's father.
And he didn't get out of the way.
No, I said to my poor fella, maybe they didn't tell him to get out of the road. I don't know. But he was fresh,
How old would he be then, I wonder?
Oh, he wasn't very old because she had to raise the two boys.
Oh.
And you see, her father died.
What was her name?
Her name was Sisson. And she had
And you just called her Granny Sisson?
Who?
You called her Granny Sisson, or did she have a first name?
No, Sisson was her brother's name.
Yeah.
Sisson. And of course Annie was with her, and that was Annie Sisson. She never married this
Yeah.
girl. And she was there, and Grandma Sisson. I think I have a picture of Grandma Sisson.
Well, that'd be Grandma Sisson, wouldn't it?
The little old woman, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she, there's a picture. But anyway, that's what happened, and she was left with these two children, and she stayed, and she worked for her brother. She had a brother out there, the assistant, and his wife was consumptive, and she helped him until that woman died. Stayed with him, but not, she helped her brother. The last woman died.
And that was the farm that you were on then?
Oh no, they
No.
lived in Bethany.
Oh.
No, they lived in Bethany.
Well, who went out west then first?
Arthur. Yes, Arthur did. And they took, he took up the thing in 18 something, I think it was.
Yeah.
Well, then the war come on some years after that. And you see, Walter was teaching. I don't know if he was up west and stuff that time or not, but anyway, he went down and looked after the farm while Arthur was away.
Uh-huh.
And that's how they come to be together in the place.
Oh, I see. That's how they get.
Yeah.
So their parents weren't out there at all. Their parents were in Ontario. They went out on their own.
The Sissons.
No, Arthur and...
Oh, I don't know how Arthur come to get out there.
Well,
I
you
guess
said...
the mother went with him. With him through time. I think he went out and got a place before he had, you know, a house to live in or something.
Yeah.
Because that was the same house as I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And not maybe the same, but it was on the same property. I can't remember just when he went out to Arthur, you see. Well, then he was out west when the war was on, and he left, you see, and went to the war.
Oh.
And that was when Walter then, I guess, went out. Maybe.
That was in, what, 1917, 1916?
It was, but anyway, he stayed then with the mother, and they run the farm. And I think they got some more land after that. Of course, I don't know anything about that much anyway. And then Arthur come home, and of course, he was there when Willig was killed, of course. And what year was that?
Must have been in the
Well,
early 40s somewhere. No, or in the 30s. Be in the 30s. 'Cause I was born in 38.
You're Walter's baby, you see.
No, I'm not. I'm Willard's.
Yes, you're Willie's. Well,
Yeah.
that's Willard Wilson's baby. You
Mm-hmm. That was one of your husbands.
Yeah, Willard Wilson. Oh, I guess.
So it must have been around 30 then.
Oh, I guess you were.
Well, Charlie was born in 30, wasn't he? Or 31.
Well, he was born Charlie. See the same name as you, Charlie Wilson?
No, he's 8 years older. Charlie Fitch.
Oh, yes. I'll see now where Charlie comes in. The first baby I had, you see, I was up at Grandma's in her house. That's
Grandma.
Grandma Fitch and Arthur Fitch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's where they had a
There was no Grandpa Fitch?
Arthur Fitch.
No, there wasn't a Grandpa though. There wasn't a Grandpa Fitch because he got killed in the bush.
I don't think he ever knew anything about up there.
No, because he got killed in the bush, right? Yeah.
And then that was, you see, they thought, well, we had been in the house with our own place on that one, not for very long. We just went in, we're cleaning up a few things, I guess, and the winter came, and they thought to see to save price buying for two houses on fire. So, of course, when I was going to have the baby, and he was born when, what age, that boy? What's his birthday?
Richard. Is that when Richard was born? That was
Yeah,
the first
that was
one.
when Richard was born. That is when Richard was born. I don't know what year he was born in.
Well, it must have been around, 28 or 29, wasn't it?
Can't remember. But anyway,
Or 30.
then when spring came, we went down to the house. And you see, who was the next baby I had? Charlie.
Yeah.
Well, you see, my own mother came up and looked after me on that.
Oh, yeah.
She came up. She was there when I was born at home, right on that farm.
Which farm?
Where we were living.
Where was that?
Well, at Dunkirk, just
No, you weren't born there. Charlie was.
not me, but I mean Charlie.
Charlie was, yeah.
It was Charlie. His
Well-
mother came up from here.
Yeah.
And she was there when he was born. Yes.
I'm gonna have to cut this off. The battery's going dead.
Oh, Lord, you were putting all that story on. I can't remember some of it, you know. I go
Yeah.
over tonight.
But you just say, well, I'll continue it the next time.
I'll continue the next time. And that Glover salt, that white salt, he said he seen a pile there as high as a barn.
Right.
Yes.
And it's a different kind of salt than the other salt?
Well, yeah, well, the Glover salt is, oh, it is, yes, different. It's just white. It's a white, you know. I know it. It's a
Was it fine, or?
No, not as fine, I don't think, as you would say your table salt.
Yeah.
A little bit might of course than that. But it was very salty because the cattle liked it, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
This man, one time Charlie and Edna and I went into the new Harrison Park after they got it fixed up way there. Charlie took me down, Edna. And I met up with a man that had been there.
Mhm.
And he even knew about, I said to him, or he told me where he's living, it was south of us. I said, well, you know about that coal,
Yeah.
you know, that's in
Yeah.
the ground. I said, what was the name of that coal? I said, you mind it was no good for heat, you couldn't keep it going.
Yeah.
He told me the name of it too. I said, I remember that coal
Yeah.
as well as anything, because we had some too brought in, and it wasn't much heat to it really either. It was supposed to catch up anything. And I can't think of the name he told me it was.
Well-
I should know.
What was the name of that salt again, and where did you find it? Where was it?
Oh, it was on a lake.
It was on your property?
No,
Oh.
it's on a lake just behind it. Just behind
It was goober salt? No.
Glubber, they call
Glubber.
it. Something like that. Gubber sauce, yes.
Hmm.
And the cattle used to lick, you see, like ours. All the neighbors knew that, you know, that's where they'd find their cows. If they could get out.
Yeah.
And, of course, we lived right, you know, right beside it practically.
Yeah.
Only back from it, you know, full length of the farm. And it was on that side.
How many acres did you have there?
Well, they had a whole section, I think.
They had a section.
I think they did.
640 acres.
Yes. Because you see, after, I don't know when Walter bought the piece that we lived in. Then he had it, of course, long. You know.
Yeah.
But he might have had it. They might have had that before Arthur went away. Arthur would be in the what? The 1914 war, would it be?
Yeah, up to
Hey
1917.
there, little girlie. You didn't give me a kiss.
Oh, she's coming back.
Oh,
Here's her kiss.
Hurry. Ah, there's Becca.
let me see how lovely you are. You're a
I got
darling.
one shirt.
Oh,
Becky.
you got one shirt.
Turn around and say hi.
Say hi to the camera. Okay, go do what you're going to do. Go. Come on. Okay,
Charlie, the mother,
look
come
at
up
this,
and looked after me.
Grandma.
We were in our own home then.
Look at
by
you.
that time.
Grandma, look at this.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh,
Can you put it on Grandma's knee?
the little cats. them cats all come and I talk to them, you know. I always talk to all the little cats. Oh, I wish I could have you. Yeah. Oh, the people would roar around to see you running. Wouldn't they? They'd be scared stiff. They'd say, oh, Dale, what did you do that for? Bring a cat in here.
And this is his mother cat. That's his mother right there.
Yes, indeed, you have lots of cats. And you know they're the greatest thing. And a dog for people that's tied up where
Well,
we
we
are.
could hide that one in your purse and you could take it home.
Oh, well, they all have a cat fit. I have them all right now.
It's okay.
That's, oh, wouldn't I just love to have it just for a few minutes? I get into the next shoe made.
Oh, look at her mother.
No.
Put it right up to Ernie's face. Look at Ernie, what I got.
Pick him up again.
Pick him up, Becca. Pick him up and show Grandma
Go to the camera.
Wilson. Turn around, show Grandma.
Look the size of it.
Big bear.
Oh, mercy. Isn't that the darling? You know, and the dogs too, you know. I just love the dogs. There's one over at this new policeman's place. He's a policeman from Meaford. He works in Meaford.